Hey y'all. As you know, Harry and Meghan are headed back down under on another trip to Australia, and I'm really excited about it. But today, two new events have been disclosed, and I'm excited to get into the details. All of that and more, so let's get started. Thank you so much for clicking on my video, and if you're returning, welcome back to my channel. Today, we're going to discuss two new events that have been announced for Harry and Meghan in Australia. But before we get into that, if you haven't already, please don't forget to go ahead and like this video, subscribe to the channel, and feel free to share so that more people can find us. So our first update is coming to us from Harper's Bazaar. It says, in mid-April, Meghan and Harry will jet off to Australia to take part in a number of private, business, and philanthropic engagements, according to People magazine. While it's unclear what the full breakdown of their itinerary will be, News.com reports that they will be visiting the cities of Sydney and Melbourne. They will not be bringing their two children, Prince Archie and Princess Lilibet Diana. While details are still scant, just this morning, royal followers were clued into a significant event that will occur during the middle of their Australian venture. From April 17th to April 19th, the Duchess of Sussex will take part in a girls' weekend retreat hosted by the Her Best Life podcast and its hosts Jackie Henderson and Gemma O'Neill. At the retreat, which will take place at the Intercontinental Sydney Coogee Beach, I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly, but probably not. Let's continue. Meghan will participate in a special Q&A as part of a gala dinner. The entire weekend will be defined by meaningful speakers, according to a press release, with Meghan acting as one of the marquee names. I would assume so. That sounds like it's going to be a really great time. As it turns out, it was a mutual friend of Meghan and O'Neill, Marcus Anderson, who helped orchestrate this moment. Late in 2025, while hanging out with the Duchess, Anderson reached out to O'Neill and asked if she would want to collaborate with Meghan if the Duchess made the trip to Australia. I am beside myself about this collaboration because I have admired this woman and what she has endured, how she's risen above it, and how she has demonstrated how a woman can be pushed down and can still rise. And that person is Meghan, Duchess of Sussex, O'Neill said on the latest episode of Her Best Life. She's doing this because she really loves what our community is about, which is women trying to grow, trying to be their best selves, and trying to help other women, she added. This trip will mark the first time that Harry and Meghan have been to Australia in more than 7 years. Keep checking back for more coverage as we follow along on the Sussex's journey down under. Now, let me just say this. Harper's Bazaar is really great with royal watching when it comes to Harry and Meghan. Every trip they've taken, Harper's Bazaar has done a really great job of kind of keeping the public informed. They've done a great job of covering their trips. I love their commentary, and they keep it positive and objective. And that's really all you can ask for, but they've done a great job. I also want you to note that they use their actual names, Duchess Meghan or Meghan Sussex, Prince Harry. What they don't do is the nonsense that other publications do. One of the things that I do enjoy is Chelsea Sanchez reporting, so I hope she's going to be reporting on the trip as well. So we also have a solo event for Prince Harry. He's going to be a keynote speaker, and People magazine has the story. On March 10th, the Inner Edge Summit announced that the Duke of Sussex will be a keynote speaker at the Inner Edge Psychosocial Safety Summit. Say that 5 times fast. The summit runs from April 15th to the 16th at Centerpiece at Melbourne Park in Melbourne, and Prince Harry will be a keynote speaker on workplace mental health. Really interested in hearing that. A statement said the event will convene industry leaders, policymakers, practitioners, and advocates to share practical strategies for building psychologically safe, mentally healthy, and high-performing workplaces. With a strong emphasis on organizational responsibility and evidence-based change, the event will equip leaders with the insights and tools needed to create lasting improvements in workplace culture and well-being. That is desperately needed. And given Prince Harry's career, it makes sense. This is actually perfectly aligned for him, and I'm really excited to hear his speech. Tickets are currently on sale, starting at $1,415 USD, and precedes Benefit Lifeline NAM, a 24/7 crisis support and suicide prevention service. Oh, wow. Other keynote speakers announced for the Inner Edge Psychosocial Safety Summit include psychologist Dr. Amy Cuddy, retired tennis player Jelena Dokic, I hope I'm saying that correctly, and podcaster Hugh Van Cuylenburg. All right. I mean, that's a pretty great lineup. Mental health is a cause close to the heart of Prince Harry, whose Sussex.com bio describes him as a mental health advocate. He absolutely is. The Duke of Sussex has made smashing stigmas around mental health a priority of his public work for over a decade, starting when he was a working royal. And he has openly spoken about the highs and lows of his own mental health journey. He and his wife have continued the conversation after stepping back from their royal roles in the UK in 2020 and made mental health a focus of their charitable foundation, Archwell Philanthropies. The announcement about Prince Harry's solo speaking engagement came following the announcement that the Duchess of Sussex will join Her Best Life retreat hosted by Her Best Life podcast when she and her husband visit Australia in April. The retreat runs from Friday, April 17th to Sunday, April 19th at the Intercontinental Coogee Beach in Sydney, starring Meghan as its special guest. Thank you so much for watching the SharionSade YouTube channel. I appreciate you watching my content. If you haven't already, please don't forget to go ahead and like this video by hitting the thumbs up. Please don't forget to subscribe by hitting the subscribe button. And don't forget to comment along the way. If you feel so inclined, please don't forget to share so that more people can find us. Once again, thank you so much for watching. Now let's get back to the video. So for those of you in Australia, please know my email is open. It's free to email me if you have a firsthand experience or if you're going to any of these events and you want to just let somebody know who happens to have a little bitty platform. I'm always happy to share your story and I will always credit you. So email me at hellosharion@gmail.com and I'm always happy to share your story or anything that you prepare that you want me to share, especially regarding this trip. Now, if Harry and Meghan were coming back to Texas, now that I'm here, oh, I would absolutely be there. But it seems like they were in Texas a lot. The moment I moved, it felt like they were here a lot. Now that I'm back, it's crickets. They don't want to be my friend. Anyway, Harry and Meghan, I'm putting up the bat signal. Come be friends with me. But for those of you who are in Australia, go ahead and put up your bat signal. If you get an encounter with Harry and Meghan, or if you attend any of the events, let me know. And I'm always happy to share your story. But this is so exciting. I always enjoy following their trips. They always end up giving me a lot to chew on. I always learn about these new organizations or new causes or new and different ways to advocate. And I almost always learn about like a new person who I didn't know, but who's like making moves in a certain space. And I always end up having a lot of things to chew on and a lot of information to gather and sort through. So I always enjoy covering their trips, especially since it's consolidated into a few days. I typically have so much to follow up on in those days. It's usually really exciting. So I'm excited to cover their trip to Australia. I'm primarily going to use Harper's Bazaar for the reasons I mentioned before. But if you guys have anyone else or another publication that you want me to use or you think would be better, feel free to let me know. So that's all I have for y'all today. I am running late for my workout, but y'all knew I was not going to not talk about this. I was so excited about the event, especially finding out that it was going to be like a girls event for Meghan. I was like, oh my God. And then I found out it's in Australia and I'm like, well, duh, because they have a trip coming up. But for some reason, when I read the press release, I was like, where's this going to be? And let me get on AmericanAirlines.com right now. And then I realized that no. I mean, I could fly to Australia, but that would be significantly different than flying somewhere here in the States. So I'm just going to rely on my boots on the ground. If y'all want to share your firsthand experience, I would appreciate that. So I'm late for my second workout. I had to talk about this, but I got to get going. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. If you haven't already, please don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. And I will see y'all next time. Bye.